Good morning, campers. Today is Monday, May 18th, and as you can see, we're camping, and I hope you are too. Today, we are going to get a chance to do a lot of really fun activities. So instead of your normal slides that you see, you're going to see a campsite, and it's going to be numbered, and you're going to go and click on each of the pictures in the number order and go on a camping adventure with us today. And then when you get to your camping journal in Seesaw, you're going to get to build your own tent or blanket fort and take a picture of yourself or have someone take a picture of you in your blanket fort or your tent and post that right on your camping journal for day one. Okay? Only do day one in your camping journal today, and then make sure you press draft so that it saves for tomorrow. Okay? And that direction is right in there too. Okay? So make sure you press draft. So I have my favorite campers here with me today, and we're going to first introduce ourselves. So one of the things I'd like you to do today, if you haven't already, is make up a camp name. Okay? So my camp name is Little Squirrel. Can you tell us what your camp name is, Mikey? Do you remember?
Baby Shark.
It's Baby Shark. So hers is Baby Shark. Mine is Little Squirrel. What's your camp name?
Owlette.
Owlette. And what's yours, Ayla?
Hoppin' Chipmunk.
Hop and Chipmunk. So we all picked nature names, and when you're a camper, it's fun to have a camp name, and people call you by that camp name, okay? So make sure you pick a camp name today and just write that on the front of your journal. Every day, kiddos, I'm going to be reading a chapter in our Ready Freddy camping book, okay? So, Baby Shark, I'm just going to have you sit up, and I'm going to show you guys the picture. So in this book, Ready Freddy has a camping catastrophe. And a catastrophe means a problem. And we know, because we read a lot of Ready Freddy books before, we know that every Ready Freddy book has at least one really big problem, right? And I'm going to read you the back of this so we know a little bit about what's going to happen in the story. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Okay. Freddy Thresher and his best friend Robbie are going to spend the night in the wilderness with Freddy's dad. What could be more fun than fishing, pitching a tent, and building a campfire? Come along and join us in the fun as Freddy's camping trip becomes a camping catastrophe. There's a problem in this story. Okay. So we're going to start with the problem. I have a problem, a really, really big problem. My dad and I are going camping this weekend, but my dad doesn't know anything about the wilderness, and I'm afraid of the dark. I hope we survive. Let me tell you about it. Chapter 1 is called Snakes and Skunks. I can't wait until tomorrow, I said to my best friend Robbie as we sat eating our lunches. Me neither, he said. It's gonna be so fun. What are you guys talking about, said Max, the biggest bully in the whole first grade. Are you two starting a new ballet class or something? I'm going to ballet tomorrow, Chloe said. My mom even bought me a fancy pink tutu with silver sequins. Oh, Max interrupted. Besides, I wasn't even talking to you, Max said. I was talking to Freddy and Robbie. Well, you don't have to be so rude, Chloe continued. I was just saying. Oh, Max cut her off and turned back to us. So what are you two doing that's going to be so fun tomorrow? This ought to be good, Max said. Well, we're going camping with my dad, I said, smiling proudly. Where? Said Max, chuckling. In your backyard. For your information, said Robbie, we're spending the night in the wilderness. Really? Said Jessie. That sounds so cool. I want to go camping. I know, me too, I said. What kinds of things are you going to do? Well, first we have to pitch a tent. Then we'll probably go fishing. Then swimming in the lake. And then we'll build a campfire and make s'mores. Here, Here's the picture of what's going on. They're all at the lunch table talking about their camping trip. Did you guys see that?
Yeah. I kind of saw it.
Where are you going? Here, sit up so you can see. Where are you going to sleep? Asked Chloe. What do you mean? Said Robbie. In the tent with sleeping bags. Oh, that's so dirty, Chloe said, wrinkling up her nose. And there's so many bugs. That's the fun of it, said Jessie. Yuck. I don't want any bugs crawling on me in the middle of the night, said Chloe. Yeah, they might even crawl up your nose, said Max, wiggling his fingers like a spider. Ew, Chloe screamed, slapping Max's hand away. Get your hands off me. You are so gross. And you're such a baby, Max said, laughing. Am not. You are too. Am not, Chloe whined. Are too. I'm going to tell Miss Becky on you, Chloe said, as she got up from the table and stomped away. Baby, Max called after her. Then he turned back to us. Pitching tents? Fishing? Ha! What do you two know about that stuff? Well, nothing. You babies don't know anything about camping. There's that bully Max, right? He's always the mean guy in our books. I bet they know more than you, Jessie said, pointing her finger in Max's face. And I bet you never slept anywhere but your own bed with your little teddy weddy bear and your baby blanket. Boy, when it comes to Max, Jessie is so brave. She's never afraid to stand up to him. Well, Max stammered. Exactly just as I thought, Jessie said. You've never been camping before, so stop acting like a big shot. Max stared at her with his mouth open, but nothing came out. She put him in his place, didn't she? How can she do that? I wondered. That's nothing, she smiled. So how long are you guys going to be out camping anyway? Just one night, said Robbie. Freddie's dad has never been camping before, so we thought we'd start with one night, and that would be a good way to start. You guys are going to have a blast, said Jessie. Yeah, my dad said we're going to catch a lot of fish and cook them for dinner, and I'm going to catch a really big one. Me too, said Robbie. I'm going to catch one bigger than your head, Freddie. Are you guys going to tell ghost stories around the campfire? Well, of course we are, I answered, trying to sound brave. But secretly I was hoping that Robbie's stories wouldn't be too scary. After all, the sounds of all those night creatures were enough to scare the pants off of me. Just watch out for the 2 S's, said Jessie.
Yes.
The 2 S's?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
snakes and skunks. Ha ha, Max laughed. The skunks? You mean the stink bombs? What do you mean snakes and skunks? I asked nervously. Well, don't you know the woods are full of them? Said Robbie. It's their natural habitat. Robbie is a science genius, and he knows everything about everything, especially animals. No one said anything about snakes and skunks. Don't worry, they're not going to bother you if you don't bother them. If you say so. But I was beginning to wonder if this camping trip was such a good idea. Stop worrying, Freddie. We're going to have a great time. Who said I was worried? It's going to be a real adventure, Jessie said, patting me on the back. I wish I were going, if you say so. But I was secretly beginning to wonder if this trip was a good idea. Stop worrying, Freddie. We're going to have a great time. Who said I was worried? It's going to be an adventure, Jessie said, patting me on the back. I wish I were going. Yeah, it'll be great, I said, smiling weakly. A real adventure. So Jessie's always the brave one, right? And Robbie's really excited, but do we think Freddie's excited right now? So chapter 2 is called The Bet. And if you're wondering right now at home, We know that in every Ready Freddy book we've read, I think that Susie and Freddy always have a bet. So my prediction is that's what's going to happen in this chapter.
What's a bet?
That his sister Susie is betting him that something will happen or not, and that he's going to owe her something if it happens or not. Okay, so we'll have to see what happens in chapter 2. Okay, kiddos, before you start your camping adventure today, we are going to sing one camp song, and you will find this camp song in your camp song on your campsite, okay? There's a little icon for camp songs, so make sure you sing some with us today, okay? Today, kiddos, we're going to sing I Met a Bear, and it's one of my favorite camp songs. It's a repeat after me song, so whatever I say, you say, okay? And it's a story of how we met a bear. Okay, here we go. The other day, I met a bear, a great big bear, oh way out there. The other day, I met a bear, a great big bear, oh way out there. He looked at me, I looked at him. He sized up me, I sized up him. He looked at me, I looked at him. He sized up me, I sized up him. He said to me, get out of here. You should run fast. You should have fear. He said to me, get out of here. You should run fast. You should have fear. I said to him, that's a good idea. Now legs get going. Get me out of here. I said to him, that's a good idea. Now legs get going, get me out of here. And so I ran away from there. But right behind me was that bear. And so I ran away from there. But right behind me was that bear. In front of me there was a tree. A great big tree. Oh, glory be. In front of me there was a tree. A great big tree. Oh, glory be. The lowest branch was 10 feet up. So I thought I'd jump and trust my luck. The lowest branch was 10 feet up. So I thought I'd jump and trust my luck. And so I jumped into the air. But I missed that branch. Oh, way up there. And so I jumped into the air. But I missed that branch. Oh, way up there. Now don't you fret. And don't you frown. I caught that branch. On the way back down. Now don't you fret and don't you frown. I caught that branch on the way back down. This is the end. There ain't no more. Unless I see that bear once more. This is the end. There ain't no more. Unless I see that bear once more. Campers, we hope you have a great day today. We can't wait to see you tomorrow. Bye.